Hey everyone, it's your girl Jay, founder of Matters of My Heart and JD Author, and welcome back to hashtag Words by Jay, recording on a regular basis. So, what I wanted to say today is, hashtag Words by Jay is really me talking about things that are on my mind, things that are on my heart, which is along with my brand, Matters of My Heart. And Matters of My Heart, for those who are new subscribers to my channel, is an emotional support program for victims of hurting to healing. And so my emotional support program, as a matter of fact, is called Bridging the Gap Hurting to Healing, because it is a process, it is a journey. It's not easy, but it is worth you entering that journey in order to enjoy life and not be on this roller coaster of emotions and feelings and being controlled by your emotions. So I have coined myself as the emotional fitness strategist, and I help you, or those who are in my program, to navigate their way through life. So hashtag Words by Jay is a video blog that I do where sometimes I just share what's on my mind and what's on my heart. Today, after that long introduction, what's on my mind is friendship. I have a lot, I'm not going to say a lot, very intentional who I allow in my space, because my journey towards healing is sensitive. It's important to me, and I can't allow anyone who's going to cause me to revert back to that hurtful place, that hurtful, broken place. I can't allow them into my life. So it took me a while to get to this point where I am finally in control of my life again. I don't feel like I'm out of control. I don't feel like I don't know reality from, what's in my mind. Or I don't feel like I'm spiraling down this emotional roller coaster anymore. So I'm very protective of my space. I'm very protective of my relationships. In saying that, I've been doing a lot of reflecting on the people in my life. Those whom I deem as friends, those whom I deem as friends slash sisters slash family, those whom I deem as acquaintances. There's a difference. But I've been doing a lot of reflecting on that, especially since our blab last night. If you're not on, but anyway, last night we were talking about what not to say to someone who's been abused or currently in an abusive situation. If you haven't checked it out, it's on my website, www.mattersofmyheart.com. But if you haven't checked it out, you can there. But it really stimulated this hashtag Words by Jay today, because it made me think about my friends. It made me look at my timeline, or my news feed in Facebook. It made me look at everyone who has requested to friend me on Facebook and think about their motives. Why do they want to be my friend on Facebook? Why certain friends that I have never support anything I do. They never like anything. They never share anything. They don't participate in fundraisers. They don't come to any of the book signings. They don't buy any of my books. But they consider themselves my friend. Now, I'm not saying that all of my friends need to go out and buy every book that I've written, because trust me, they're going to get sick and tired of buying my books, because my books are going to be crazy. I have like 5 in my head right now, and I'm working on one. So I'm not saying that per se. I'm not saying that you have to go out, if you are my friend or you deem yourself as my friend, that you have to go out and buy everything that I do. But show up somewhere. Call me, text me, say, hey girl, see that you're doing a whole lot. Just want to tell you that I love you. Check in sometimes. I check in to some of my friends. And if you see my calendar, if you see how I work, it is stupid busy. But I find time because sometimes people just need to know that you're thinking about them. They just need to know that they are on someone's mind. We can get caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, working and paying the bills. And we forget about people. We forget about those that we care about. We forget about those that we love, especially if they're not in our household. We tend to take care of those in our household simply because they're in our household. So they're around us every single day. That's easier to do. But it takes a special kind of character to go out of your way and reach out to someone that you hardly ever see. I have a friend, and as a matter of fact, she is one of my support systems. We don't see each other every day. Hell, we don't even see each other every month. We it's so interesting, our friendship, that we have this special bond that when we do talk, we know carve out at least an hour or two. We always say, okay, I only have an hour. 2 hours later, we're still talking. We have that special bond. And maybe it's because we don't see each other all the time. But we have this thing, I don't know what it is, that I can feel when she needs to hear an encouraging word, and she can feel when I just need a little tug or something. And we do that. We're faithful to that relationship that we have built. So I'm not saying that, if you're not on any of my social media channels, that you're not a good friend to me. But what I am saying is, even though you see me doing all these things, it doesn't mean that I don't need to be encouraged. It doesn't mean that I don't need to be motivated. It doesn't mean that I don't need someone to say, good job, Jamie. Keep doing what you're doing. So I guess that's what's on my mind. I've noticed, I'm taking inventory of those who deem themselves as my friend. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. And I'm not saying that, I'm the Ishnik and everyone should be trying to be my friend. Not what I'm saying at all. I think the gist of what I'm saying is really value your relationships and put forth an effort to nurture that relationship. If you say that is your friend, then be a friend. Be a friend. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be in their face all the time, but reach out every now and again. It doesn't have to be all extravagant, long conversations and stuff like that, but reach out, say hi, say that, hey, thought about you today, just want to say hi. It's simple. You have to nurture these relationships. You just never know what your hi can do for someone. You never know. You really don't. So I remember I posted something this morning too, because this has been on my mind a lot this morning about friendships and relationships. But I posted something about, it takes two to leave a relationship. And what was going on in my mind when I posted that is I thought about all the friendships that I no longer have in my life. I used to be cool with people. I used to be tight with them. We used to run neck and neck damn near every day. And then that relationship dissipated. But it takes two for a relationship not to work. It takes two for a relationship to break up. And I say that because it takes one to walk away It takes that other person to let them walk away. I can't tell you how many times people have come to me that are no longer in my close circle. Um, and they come to me and they said, well, Jamie, you stopped talking to me. Well, damn it, you let me stop talking to you. You didn't do anything to try to keep that relationship. So if you're not going to, do anything to keep the relationship, I'm not going to be the only one working to keep a relationship going. I hear that so much. And I say to my crews that I'm just nervous about taking matters of my heart on a platform of television, because the first people who are going to come out of the woods are those that I mistreated or feel like I mistreated them. Now, it's no secret that there are a list of folks that I have been very mean to, intentionally. I can go on and on about my excuse. There is none. I was broken. I was in a very bad place myself, and one of the things that I'm working on is the need not to be needed, not to want to feel needed. And sometimes maybe you don't understand what that means, but in my past, I've done a lot of things just to keep people happy, just so that they would stay in my life, because I felt like I needed someone to need me. That's a dangerous, dangerous feeling, because you end up in places sometimes you don't bounce back. Sometimes you end up in a very dark place forever. Yep, I said forever. Church people would disagree. Those who believe in God would disagree. But let's open up the grave. I challenge you. Let's open up the grave of people who have died in a dark place with a dark secret that they never told anyone. I know some. Some of them have been in my family, my own family members. This thing called abuse is way deeper than a smack in the face or a choke or a kick in the belly. It's way deeper than that, people. Captures your mind, your heart, your soul. And you're in a dark place and you don't know how the hell to get out. First of all, you don't know how the hell you got there. And second of all, you don't know how the hell to get out. My heart goes out. My heart is heavy a lot from that thought of where I've been and where I see people are today. Anyway, that's enough on my soapbox. I've been on here long enough. There's plenty more that's going on in the mind of Jamie and the mind of Jay, and you get to experience this journey with me. So thank you for being here. Share this video if you know someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Doing all this advertisement stuff, it's also new to me, but really I'm just here to help, even if I only help myself, because guess what, when I get it out of me, that's my therapy. That's me getting it out. That's me dealing with it. That's me realizing that, hey, I got some work to do in this area. So share my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a comment, tell me what's on your mind. Let's chat. If you have any questions, I will answer your questions in my next video. So let's have this conversation, but let it not just be me talking at you, but let's talk to each other. So on the next vid, see you next time. Bye.